So as a young child, Andy Warhol, before he changed his name, visited church many times a week for very long ritual masses with his mother, Julia Warhola, who raised him in the Byzantine Catholic tradition. So it's very similar to Catholicism overall, but it's very notable for its use of repetitive icons and the praise and worship of icon imagery, which I think translates really well to the way that we've come to recognize Andy Warhol's work. And some of his uses of that repetition, of course, have been traced by many scholars to that upbringing. Byzantine Catholicism is also noted for its very kind of sensual ritual aspect, not just the chanting, but the use of incense. And Warhol himself kind of became more of a visitor across Episcopal, Roman Catholic, and Byzantine Catholic churches here in New York. So he would often, in his diary, note stopping into churches. He was noted for giving meals to unhoused people on holidays, did that with such regularity, supported his nephew's priest studies, and truly was buried after a very traditional Byzantine Catholic funeral in Pittsburgh. Yes, yeah, there's a great moment in the show where we have an assortment of photographs that Andy Warhol took when he went to visit the Vatican in 1980. He thought he was getting a private audience, so we do have the 2 tickets. However, the pictures show that there was about 5,000 other people also there. Andy Warhol gets to the front of the crowd, gets to shake hands with John Paul II, and we see him kind of in an uncharacteristic moment of joy, smiling. Often we don't see that image of Andy Warhol popularly. There, in addition to over 130 artworks, paintings, drawings, films in this exhibition, we also showcase some of the kind of more personal ephemera, whether that's his mother's prayer cards, crosses that he used in artworks, images of the Last Supper that he then transformed to large 25-foot long paintings. We have all of these kind of objects that Warhol himself took care of and kept and gave to the Warhol Museum. Seeing also a parallel with Warhol, what does it mean to be a queer Catholic, especially in the 1950s, but even today, and really kind of sift with the complicated reality of institutions like a church, even like a museum, institutions that mean so much to people, but we know kind of might not represent the most tolerant or most progressive views.